I am way too dumb to use Ubuntu. I cannot figure this distribution out. Not just Ubuntu, I can't figure out Debian either. I know there's this meme out there that Ubuntu is like a newbie distribution just because Canonical shills it so hard. It's supposed to have an intuitive, normie, friendly environment, all this kind of stuff. No, it's the hardest to use distribution, or at least one of the hardest that I've ever used. And in fact, if you use Ubuntu, you are just a hipster who's trying to make things hard for yourself. That's my belief, okay? So, why do I say this? Now, here's the thing. Now, first off, I do use Debian or Ubuntu sometimes for servers, okay? Because that's like a traditional choice, you know, choosing Debian or choosing Ubuntu. Now, the common wisdom out there is you want to use, a stable distribution. You know what I mean? And there's some sense in which Ubuntu or Debian are stable, and then Arch Linux, it just breaks all the time, all right? This is not true at all, but I'll talk about that later. But, so, you know, I fell for that meme, and I run all my servers on Debian or Ubuntu up until recently. Now, the thing is, the thing on Arch Linux, let me tell you about how Arch Linux works. If you want to install something on Arch Linux, you install it. And then it's installed. Like, you basically run the command that says, let's install this, or maybe it's not in the main repository, so you just use the AUR, you use a package build or something, but it installs. Okay, that's it. That's how it works on Arch Linux. You might think, that's how it works on Debian or Ubuntu, right? They have package managers. That should be how it works. No. That's never how it works on Debian or Ubuntu. What happens is, first off, a very, very small number of things are actually in the official package repositories. And especially because, you know, if you're running a server, you would think it'd have all this extra stuff. Like, one of the things I was doing a little bit ago was I wanted to install PeerTube, okay? So I tried forever on Debian and Ubuntu, and the pain is, first off, there, you know, of course, there are different versions of Debian. You know, there's Debian 8, 9, and 10 out right now, and there's going to be Debian 11 at some point. And for each version of Debian, or for each version of Ubuntu, the installation instructions are going to be a little bit different, right? Because, the dependencies are a little different. Like, one example is when I was installing PeerTube, first off, it couldn't manually pull all these dependencies. And if you manually installed NPM, for example, which is the dependency of it, you would get the wrong version. Or like, and the version you needed to use needed a version of Node.js that was like greater than 9, but no greater than 13. But if you install the most recent, that's 14, so that's not gonna work. You know, all this weird stuff, you know, on Arch Linux. And then in the meantime, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just do the rigmarole. I'm gonna go this other way. It's a little grassy over here, but, so in the meantime, I was like, okay, I'll just try this on Arch Linux. Let's see how easy it is to install on Arch Linux. Okay, so I just pulled it up. There's a package build. I installed the package build and everything pulled the right dependencies, because on Arch Linux, there's no multiple versions of all, you know, you never have to worry about the versions of each program because they're always the most recent. And if you want to develop on Arch Linux, you know, you basically, you know, all the packages have to be up to date and they're kept consistent with each other. Not the case on Debian or Ubuntu. You have to deal with like a million different versions of things. It's like if you're pulling your own dependencies. You have to be your own package manager. And the thing is, I know what you're all saying here. I know what you soy devs are saying. Oh, Luke, why don't you just use containers? Dude, use Docker. It makes things so easy. Okay, the thing is, Docker or containerization. Now, first off, there is a reason out there to use containers for some things. If you need to, if you got to virtualize something, and I don't know, when you want to deal with memory or CPU usage in some particular way, there might be a reason to use containers. But there's a bunch of memes about containers. Maybe this is for another video, but they're not really secure most of the times. But the big thing is, the real reason containers exist is not because they have some empirical superiority over, you know, just actually installing a real program on your computer. Containers, the reason you use them is really just because, we have all these web servers running Debian and Ubuntu, and they can't install anything. So it's so difficult to install something basic set up like a mail server on Ubuntu, that, we better just have this like virtualized environment that does it automatically for people, because it's so difficult to do it yourself. And that's the real reason that people use containers. It just makes things easy to install, easy to deploy, stuff like that. When in reality, the actual thing, like, you're not supposed to need containers. It's called a package manager. That's what it's supposed to do. And in a distribution like Arch Linux, when you don't have like multiple versions of everything, okay, you don't have to worry about any of that junk, because you don't have to deal with all these dependencies and stuff. What was I saying? So yeah, like, the whole containerization thing is just like a big meme. Again, like, there are reasons to use it on a server, but why most soy devs use it is not because it has like some real advantage. It's because I don't know, they're just lazy and they don't know how to figure things out. Well, it's not even their fault. Again, it's a distribution thing. And I have every time I try and do something on Ubuntu or Debian, I am always surprised by how difficult it is. These are supposed to be like the easy distributions, you're supposed to be a hipster if you want to do something on Gentoo or Arch. A lot of people mistake the fact that, they have a minimalist install. They somehow think that, that means that it somehow is a hard to use distribution. No, once you get through that, and of course you don't even have to, nowadays there are like install scripts all over the place. I gotta look for the thing I came in here for. You don't even have to worry about it nowadays. Like, once you install it, like, Arch Linux does not break. And a lot of people say, oh, Arch Linux breaks, I want to use this distribution that doesn't, like, spontaneously break on updates. Okay, it doesn't do that. And even if it did do that, it is better than, Ubuntu just comes broken. Okay, it can't break because it comes broken. That's the real problem. That's the real frustration. Okay, I'm gonna look for the thing I came in here for. Give me a second. Got what I needed here. So anyway, yeah, containers. The thing is, people use containers for the wrong reasons. They use them because they find it difficult to install stuff. Okay, that's the real reason people find them annoying, and they only find them, programs hard to install because they're not using real distributions. Distributions that don't do, as far as I'm concerned, the bare minimum when it comes to what you're supposed to do. So. Don't fall for these memes. Don't fall for these memes about people saying, oh, Arch is hard, Gentoo's hard. They might be hard to install, but they are easy. Like, once you have them installed, they do pretty much what you expect them to do. Whereas Ubuntu, you're gonna constantly be jumping, like, this is the thing that, like, makes me most mad. Since people think that Ubuntu is a newbie distribution, okay, they run into these problems. They install Linux, what they think is the only kind of Linux, that is Ubuntu, or, some other distribution, but they sort of think that, oh, this is the easiest one, so I should have the best time on that. But what ends up happening is they run into problems that you just don't run into on Arch Linux. Or, it's not just an Arch Linux thing. It's really like a rolling release thing. Like, if you were using another distribution, even if you just used an install script to install Arch or something like that, it's not that hard. Just follow the Arch wiki or something. Actually, the reason I came out here is I went to get a big Ethernet cord because I was probably going to do another Arch installation video, so that might happen sometime soon. I might record that today. I might not get lazy and do something else and put up other videos, but what was I saying? Yeah, so once you install it, it is just not hard to use. Now, I know that still using Ubuntu and Debian is sort of like the tried and true thing for servers, and maybe there's still other reasons for using them for that. It's not like if you're just running a web server, you're going to have a big problem, but when you really try and lean on it, when you really try and do something unique with your system, that's when you run into trouble. And it's not just like, oh, power user stuff, because a lot of times when people start using Linux, they want to use it for stuff that you don't really usually do. Like, they want to virtualize some program that they ran on Windows that they just have emotional connections to, or something like that. That's a common thing. Or, they want to play more games on Steam or something like that. And in all those cases, that's why I put up that video a week or so ago about why I recommend Manjaro, because at least, it's sort of Arch based, and you can get these new updates and stuff. You can use the AUR, and a lot of that headache that you get on Ubuntu or other distributions is just not there, so you don't have to worry about it. But even Manjaro, the thing about it is, like, people think they're doing newbies a favor by putting a bunch of like extra hooks around when you install programs and like doing a bunch of stuff automatically, or like having like, you know, 50,000 other package managers. I mean, that's the case in Manjaro. What they have, like this PAMAC stuff, and like they install these graphical environments for installing packages. All of them are like mutually incompatible and annoying with Pacman. But I mean, the thing is, like, keep it simple, stupid. That is actually a good mantra. It happens to be Arch Linux's logo or key phrase or something like that. Arch Linux isn't even like the distribution that's probably clearest, truest to that. But in one thing that I've learned is sometimes when you make software easier for people to use, or like if you try and pound out like superficial hurdles, like things you think are going to make it hard for them to use, that actually doesn't help them that much, and it actually ends up making things more difficult. Like if you automate a process, that's a process that your user is not going to understand. And Arch Linux and other distributions you install minimally, they're nice because you learn all those processes that, like, in an ideal world are not just automatic. There are things that you just have to do if you have a system. It's a very low level of learning required for that. And installing Arch Linux teaches you that. So anyway, all this is to say that, don't fall for the meme about Ubuntu being an easy to use distribution. If you're running into some kind of principled problem on Ubuntu, it's probably just an Ubuntu problem. Like, it's something that probably doesn't exist on other distributions, which are like cleaner. Like Ubuntu really it hides its mess. It makes like the veneer very easy looking, like you look like it's not going to be a problem, but I don't know, it hides all the mess, and sometimes you have to make more mess to make that clean veneer. All right, so that's about it. I'm back to where I belong, so I'll see you guys next time.